Hello, welcome to Arkpoint. My name is Marcus, and today we will be zooming through me making two shotguns to blast through hordes and hordes of zombies, because I needed a reason to mention the core survival game jam before it has ended. So, what is it? Essentially, it's a competition to make a survival-themed game. Ooh. There's like $15,000 of prizes you can win, profile pictures for everyone that participates, and the release of a new survival framework you can use in your projects. So there are three potential categories you can enter. There is the classic survival category, which is focused more on player versus environment interactions, like People vs. Zombies. In fact, exactly like People vs. Zombies. There's the survival shooter category, which is focused more on player versus player shenanigans, where it's people versus zombies versus often more dangerous other people. And then there is the changing the game category, which is essentially bring something new to the table of survival games and hope it survives. All good stuff. And yeah, it started a while ago now, and I'm late to the party, but you still have roughly 7 days left to create and submit something for this. And honestly, that should be plenty of time. In fact, I'll probably create a submission the day before it is due, like a good old high school project. Make sure to watch out for that video. But right, with more survival games around, there's going to be more zombies around too. And personally, the worst kind of zombie is one that has not been shot yet. So, what better weapon to create than a series of shotguns? Starting off will be this breaching shotgun, because A, it doesn't have a stock, and because B, it has a normal looking grip, which overall means less hassle, less fuss. Like, if you look at a Remington 870, you see that grip? You see that stock? That can be a pain to get bash. I know, I've done something similar before. You can check out the core game Fush Cluck. Gotta make sure you say that one correctly. But yeah, the game Fush Cluck on core. The chickens hold shotguns, and the stocks for those shotguns were an absolute pain. Anyway, secondly, will be a double barrel shotty that has a couple thousand shells eject when it reloads. Obviously, that's because we packed in so many rounds, so we get that much more extra bullet per bullet when firing a bullet. Now, this would not be an Arkpoint video if I didn't tell you something helpful you may not have known. So, now hear this. If you want an object to align with another object, like say you want to stack a cube and a cylinder on top of each other, instead of having an initial cube, spawning a cylinder, and then jiggling that around, moving it around until it's on top of that cube perfectly, you can instead just copy and paste that first cube, move that pasted cube upwards, and then swap out that mesh to a cylinder. Voila! You've got a cylinder on top of a cube that's perfectly aligned, at least upwards and downwards, whatnot. And now that I think about it, I may have mentioned that in my first weapon tutorial video. Neat. Hey, here we go. In the hierarchy, you can right-click on a group, folder, or object, and near the bottom of the list that pops up, you can press Count Objects under Selected Object. That pops up a window that shows how many objects are underneath that object. It is a lifesaver that lets you find the objects that are using the most pieces and optimize your assets so that you aren't rocking around a backpack made of 50,000 cubes. Because generally, more objects means your game will not perform as well over the multiplayer network. For real, I cannot convey just how useful this is. Now you may be wondering, oh boy, this time-lapse is whipping past really quickly. Well, Honestly, it's because I didn't know what the hell I would talk about for 6 minutes, let alone the full length of half an hour. That would still be interesting. Okay, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you learned something. If you watch the video, and especially if you enjoy the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow for some upcoming tutorials, and keep an eye out for when I speedy create a survival jam submission right before it's due. Okay, catch you in the next video.